So thank you guys for coming out. You're in for a treat. You know, if you're not in our Tradera community, definitely if you got paper and pen, you want to take some notes, you're amongst really great people. Linda, I just thank Linda. She had reached out to me on Facebook. I didn't know her before this. And this is the power of like really connecting with great people. I mean, in your like family. But she is, she's amazing. She's been in the industry for years, so I'm learning so much from her. So I'm just grateful, guys. Like, never in a million years would have thought that I would have been in the position that I'm in. Just saying yes to an opportunity, and you know, going from, I always say, broke to bands. Going from $12 an hour, you know, to six-figure income, you know, in 6 weeks. It's unheard of, and it's number one because we're amongst great people. We have a great company. You know, we have a super simple, aggressive referral program, which you guys will hear about, and you know, just systems and training. I always say. So if you feel like that you can't do it, or you know, think you can't stand up, you know, you may not be able to stand up in front of a room right now, because I didn't think that I would be able to. But this is what being around great people does. It really grows you, your personal development, and you know, grows your bank account, grows your grows your self-esteem and all of that. So I do want to introduce our speaker, since you guys have been waiting. He's no stranger to business. He's been in the industry for about 15, 20 years. He has over 6 traditional businesses, so he knows what he's talking about. I'll let him tell a story. I'm a firm believer in, you know, telling your own story or rewriting your own story. You know, if you don't like how your life is right now, you know, people say, you know, money's not everything. Well, you know, they always say it's right up there with oxygen, because it really is. You know, it's your health, your wealth, you know, if you can take your kids. My kids are here with me, traveled with me, and never would they have been able to do that with me, just working a job, just trying to make ends meet. I heard like ends never meet. So you have to find that opportunity that's going to afford you the life that you guys want, and that's what this opportunity has done for me. So I want to introduce our speaker, amazing gentleman, great coach, mentor. You know, I've had the pleasure of being in his company, met him in Tampa, didn't know that he existed in this company, but you know, once you start going to events and you start meeting people, you know, it really will change your life. So I want to introduce to you all Mr. Adrian Dynamite Sloan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon somewhere.
Good morning. Right.
This is beautiful, man. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Some of my favorite people in the world right here. Man, clap your hands for Pastor and the teacher. Boy, I got his own money, y'all. Boy, I got his own money. Listen, this is great, man. Clap your hands for Miss Linda for putting this together. Y'all are really serious about business.
That's right.
I got up early this morning. I was not excited about coming to see y'all. I was not. I woke up, I was like, what? Who idea was this? 10 o'clock. I fought to be free, not to get up on Saturday morning. That's like one of my things, right? Oh, no, no, maybe it was just me. Did y'all like hate going to work? I hated going to work in the morning, like, especially on the weekend. Weekend, like, work feel like punishment. Like, I just feel like detention or something, like, waking up to go to work on Saturday. I just hated it. So when I heard about the meeting at 10 o'clock, I was like, why not 2? You can wake up, be situated, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, get some breakfast and warm up. up and we can go talk business. But waking up at 8:30 on Saturday to talk business is like, you really got to be serious to do that, right? But y'all serious, and y'all are serious for us, so clap your hands for yourself, man. So I won't hold y'all long. No slides, we're going to go straight acapella today. That's good? Yeah, straight freestyle. Yeah, DJ always say I'm a freestyle in business, so we're gonna take this one off the dome here, DJ, and we just gonna go for it. But the Tradera opportunity is amazing, like amazing opportunity. Raise your hand if it's like your first time ever in the Tradera meeting, hearing about the company, first time. Okay, clap your hands for our first time. I won't hold y'all long because that food looks amazing in there. Like, so y'all don't really want to hear what I got to say anyway. Y'all want to go eat, so it's like, that's fine. I'm gonna let y'all get to that food. But this is a crazy opportunity to be able to be here, to go over this deal live. I've never did a meeting outside like this, and this is some good stuff. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story. We can go through the opportunity a little bit, and then kind of go from there. But my name is Adrian Sloan. I live here in Concord, right, which is crazy that this is so close to my house, like 10 minutes. We both can smell S&D coffee from my house, you know what I mean? That's crazy. But serial entrepreneur, originally from Newark, New Jersey, third generation business owner. My grandfather was in business, my dad, youngest of 12. Don't judge my family. My dad just didn't watch TV that often. Y'all catch that later. And so me coming up in a household, an environment that winning was just mandatory. My father was a Golden Glove boxer, so he really didn't take a whole lot of excuses. He died when we was in Newark. That's how I got to North Carolina. My mother's from Salisbury. Anybody know what that said?
Yeah.
Okay, a whole bunch of yeses, right? And so my mother's from Salisbury, so we moved here. Me being the youngest, I went where she went. I didn't really have a choice. And so I ended up here. So I always would go kind of back and forth. I feel like I kind of like got the best upbringing of having like a city vibe of understanding survival and how to really go get it out of life. And then, Southern hospitality, right? Of knowing how to, blend, maneuver with people. So my mother's side of the family was very, very humble, like, 9 to 5, work 2 jobs type of situation, right? So I came up in that household where my mother wasn't able to make all basketball games, track meets, stuff like that. So I get it, you know what I mean, when kids kind of want that but don't have that, right? But the parents doing the best they can. So I never really knocked jobs. I just don't like them because of what they did to my household. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
Not to offend anybody when I say, man, I hate jobs, but I did, you follow me? I'm just being honest. I really hated that situation where a job took my mother away from my games. You understand what I'm saying? I really hated it. You know what I'm saying? I hated that aspect where she had to go, work 9 to 5 and then get off of that job and go work another job, and she would come home when she was tired. I hated that, right? Because I really feel like it robbed our relationship of time. Yeah, anybody got children?
Yes.
Children want time.
Yes, definitely.
They want time, right? They don't just want money, they want time. You follow me? So if you see my page or you follow me, you understand I spend a lot of time, right? With my daughter, with my children, right? I have 4 children. My son is 16, my daughter's 15. She acts like she's 21, but she's 15. Yeah, she runs the whole house, but she's 15, right? My daughter's 13, and my baby boy, Adrian, is 5. And so I worked hard, right? And so that's why the name of my team is the Freedom Team, because I worked really hard to be free. You know what I mean? I didn't really want to have to do the 9 to 5. I call it the 40-40-40 rule. You can write it down, where you work, 40 years of your life for 40 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? To only retire for 40% of your income. Because the average person who goes to Social Security and retirement only has 40% of the income. So at the end of the day, most people are going to work from 25 to 65. That's the average working hours, working years, right? And the average full-time job is 40 hours a week, right? When I was working in, that's like at the Concord, I was the district manager for Family Dollar. So I ran all the stores through Concord, Kannapolis. That was like, this was my district. That's how I got here. And I remember my salary was 52 hours minimum. Anybody ever been on salary? I worked 52 hours. That was my minimum salary. But we know salary means slavery. Hello. So it took 60 just to get the job done right. Right, but they was just gonna pay you for 52. So they got 8 to 10 hours for free every single week. You know what I mean? And then when you, go from 25 to 65, and you look up, and most life expectancy is 80. You know what I mean? And so you got 15 years of living left. Any of y'all want more than 15 good years of living?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you really break that down to understand, like most people are gonna go from 65 to 80 when their body has the least amount of mobility. You know what I'm saying? Like the least amount of being able to get up and go. and now you have to try to get it all out in 15 years with your grandkids or kids. That's not life to me. That's not living. That's not really the deal. You follow me? I didn't want to sign up for that program, but I saw my mother do it. And so I seen her when she used to work at a place, maybe some of y'all may have heard it, called Genesis Elder Care, and that was off of Julian Road in Salisbury. Used to be called Meridian. She worked there. She was like 6 months from the plant being open. We got here from Jersey. My mother helped build that company. And she helped build that company from nothing all the way up, all the plaques and certificates and stuff like that. That's why I don't really like plaques and certificates either, because they just make you feel good for nothing. And then, you know, they done with you, they still kick you out, you know what I'm saying? And so she did all of that, and then she got hurt on the job, right? And she got hurt on the job, ended up having spurs in her neck, and they let her go. And so she was out for, long-term disability for a year. After giving 20 plus years of her life, missing all my games, couldn't enjoy life for living, hardly no vacations. We probably took one vacation every other year as a family, but I would go back to Jersey every year, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't go as a family, right? She got laid off and said she became a liability. So for me, living that experience, you understand what I'm saying, is the reason why I took business so seriously. You follow me? And so when I came through college, I got a full scholarship to go to St. Augustine, track and field. Got into a fight, right? Got kicked out. Pastor, pray for me. And, just dealing with that anger of life, man. So got kicked out, went to the community college, got my 2-year degree. It took me 8 years to get a 2-year degree. I hated college. Like, I absolutely hated it. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I was learning from a lot of people who had never ran a business. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I could go to any college in the country, but I only went because nobody in my family had ever graduated from college. And so I did it because they made me do it. I was like, somebody got to do it. I said, why me? Y'all ain't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I did it, right? And we got it out the way. And so I tell you that a lot of my story so you can really understand why I'm wired the way that I'm wired. You know, it's a reason for everybody, the way that we think. And my father that raised me here in Salisbury after my biological father died, he died this year in April. But he worked in the military, like worked for the military. His job was observation. And so what it taught me how to do is pay attention. He used to take notes for the military and turn it in. That was his job, observation, human behavior, right? And so when I looked at myself, I looked at the people around me, I saw a lot of people that was really unhappy because of life decisions. But to decide, right, means something had to die, right? And so we had to kill something. Suicide, homicide, that's death, right? And so I realized that a lot of people were dying inside because of the decision that they made that they really didn't like, which is how are they spending their time. You follow me? How you spend your time is going to dictate your life, period. True or not true?
True.
We are all comprised of our decision maker from our life. We are today what we, because of decisions of yesterday. We'll be tomorrow from decisions of today. So decisions is everything. So I tell my kids all the time, when I tell myself, man, make good decisions. My decision coming through college was to work. I started building business when I was in college. I was making $50,000 a year when I was in college. I started working for Family Dollar as a district manager. I got hired into that. I ran Aaron sales and lease. I ran that whole department. I was too young to drive the truck. I was under 21, so I couldn't put me on the insurance. And so I got recruited by Family Dollar. So I ran all the Family Dollars on the East Coast of New York and Florida. I was the youngest in the country. Based on skill set. All skill set. You know what I mean? And so I did that. And I was just getting sick and tired. You ever felt like that before? Mm-hmm. Anybody ever been a part of the glass ceiling? Where you look like you can move up again, but you really can't. Like all positions is filled, they're done with you at this point, right? And so they told me, well, Adrian did a good job. At that time, I was like 25. And so you're doing a great job, but it's gonna be at least 10 years before you get promoted again. Wow. 10 years. Anybody got 10 years to spare? I ain't have 10 years to spare, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, making another decision for my career, for my life was mandatory. So right above Kmart over here is it used to be a fragrance store, some of y'all in Concord, called Sensations. Maybe y'all remember it. That was my store. Sensations was mine, right? And so I'm the one that painted it red, had that red strip around it. I did that. Did you like it? And so that was my fragrance store. I opened up that one, and the one on McGill Avenue, right? Beauty and Beyond, the hair salon. That was my hair salon, right there on McGill, where the Hispanics got the store now. And that was a Hispanic beauty salon right there on the corner by the gas station, but that was mine too. And so I built a lot of traditional businesses in the city because I wanted to get free. So when I was managing the Family Dollar right there on 29, my fragrance store was right below it. So I would leave my job and go straight to my business. I would leave my job and go to my business. I built myself up with multiple streams of income was always going to be mandatory. I bought a whole lawn care company that was here in Concord. I gave it to my little brother, and he was so lazy he would fall asleep in the truck. Like, he didn't want to work. I'm like, man, you lazy rascal. I can't even give you a business. You know what I'm saying? But that's the younger generation. But I've always believed in multiple streams of income. I always have. So then when I came into a company called Primerica, you heard of that? Mm-hmm. All Primerica records in the state of North Carolina is mine. All of them. The top recruiter, top producer. I was the fastest person to go to a six-figure income. I went to 100,000 in 11 months. The record was 13 months. I did it in 11. I was the fastest person to get promoted to regional vice president. I went to regional vice president and promoted to regional vice president all in my first 12 and 18 months. Ain't nobody done that before. I've been going for 5 years and ain't nobody still ain't done it. So when I made the $1 million and you hear my story in that first 3.5 years, that was in Primerica. Left here, started more traditional businesses. So I tell you all this to say this. I'm no stranger to business, right? And my whole decision making, my whole life was to be free. That was it. I seen my mother struggle, I seen my people suffer, and I decided that having something with residual income is the only thing I'm interested in. You know, how many of y'all been on my conference call before? Been on my calls? So y'all heard me talk about dig money, right? I believe in getting paid for stuff that you did in the past, right? See, why do we work all these jobs and we have nothing to show for them but check stubs? That ain't really a good decision. So if all you got to show a check stub and the fact that you was able to pay your bills for that moment, but you got to go back to work and work again, that's not really a good trade-off. Because the only thing you're doing is trading time for money. Is that true or not true?
Yeah, that's true.
You're just trading time for money. You're going to work 40 hours, going to give you a check. Work 40 hours, going to give you a check. So eventually you're going to run out of time and you still ain't going to have enough money. So at the end of the day, that's not the best decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the best decision. Everybody can learn a skill set, right? If anything can be taught, it can be learned. That's just the nature of how the brain works. If something can be taught, it can be learned, but you got to make the decision to do that. So me going into business and doing securities and investments because I wanted to get paid for the rest of my life. I've seen a lot of my counterparts, right? Not as melanated as me. Hello. Y'all catch that later too. That was getting paid, right? For stuff for years and like driving in nice cars, taking nice trips, going all across the world. And I'm paying attention to this, like, what decisions did they make? You know what I'm saying? Like, what decisions did they make? That they have all this time, they have all this money, they're traveling across the world. I used to go to AAU games and all the other kids' parents was at all the games, all the practices. The kids wore all the nice shoes. I'm still rocking the shoes from last, you know what I'm saying, the last season, you know what I mean? I'm like, what's going on? This don't really make sense. But their parents had made different decisions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are y'all catching this?
Yes.
They had made different decisions about time, about money, about what they was going to do with their life, and so they was able to buy back time. Write that down. You gotta learn how to buy back time. You learn how to buy back time, right? You gotta go through your life where you learn how to buy back time, not trade time for money. If you trade time for money, you're gonna run out of time and you're still not gonna have enough money. You gotta learn how to buy back time. And so when you're doing stuff with investment, stuff with money, stuff with residual income, you can buy back time. Instead of you having to be in a position where you got to get up and go to work to do something, because that's the other part. It's called do money, right? You got dig money and do money. Do money is something you have to do every day. You got to do it to get a check. See, we can't do that, right? Because eventually you're not going to be able to do it. Y'all catching that? At that point, you're not going to be able to do it. So if you can't do it, you can't get paid. Now here comes stress, anxiety, you follow me? Here comes a whole bunch of other health issues, mental condition, mental breakdowns, because you can't do it, you can't get paid. I see my mother go through that. She went through that whole situation when she got laid off and she went through a whole depression because she was used to doing. Does that make sense? Anybody got anybody there in your family? They got old and wasn't able to do and they felt some type of way about it? Right, but for 40 years, 30 years, they made a decision just to do that. I got an aunt right now that still works at Genesis, right? She's been in the laundry room for 40 years. 40 years she's been working in the laundry room. And then that many shoes to fold in the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's what they're doing. So now, and older, as a senior citizen, she can't retire. Never learned about Social Security. I mean, learned about 401ks, 403bs, investors. She never learned about it. She don't even know anything about it. So when I'm coaching, I'm training, I want to make sure you understand the mindset that you have to learn how to have a skill set to be able to take your life to the next level. So the Tradera opportunity to me is one of the best opportunities, bar none, in the country, because we teach money. There's two things that we teach, right? Number one, how to grow your money in the foreign exchange market. Right? Coming from an investment background, I understood how important that was. You have to learn how to make money digital, right? That's a whole different type of currency where it's just based on split decisions that's going on in the market without you having to go to work. It takes hours to make the money that in the market makes in microseconds. Microseconds, like 0.00 seconds, right? Money is made in the market. You follow me? Trillions of dollars. It's a $7 trillion industry. So y'all better not ever disrespect yourself and say you can't make $50 a day. Hello. $100 a day, $200 a day. It's $7 trillion moving every single day in the market. So if it's $7 trillion and all you gotta do is learn the skill set to be able to get some of that, is anybody willing to learn? Okay? And because that's all we gotta do. If you learn orientation at your job for something you didn't know how to do, I'm sure you can learn a skill set to buy back time. Your life is way more valuable than clocking in and out, getting receipts, and getting paycheck stuff. I promise it's way more valuable. And so we teach that, where you can get money from the market. The second thing we teach you how to do, we have an affiliate program where you can enroll other people to your campus. Somebody say enroll. Enroll. Because we don't recruit here. Right, invite, right? We do no recruiting. There's no recruiting here. We have an online educational platform, an online educational academy. I can't recruit you to go to school. You follow me? I can't do that, right? You enroll into school, right? You know, and so when we have our enrollment, it's an open what? Enrollment. We go enroll our kids for school, right? We can't recruit you into the school, right? That's not what we're doing. We enroll people inside the academy, right? Who actually want to learn how to do the skill set. That's what we do. So two ways we get paid. Number one, we show a person how to make money out of the market, right? Based on what's going on in the economy. We show you how to do that. We even have a copy and paste method that a person can use, right? So what if I showed you that seven out of 10 times, if we go into business together, I'm gonna be right, and maybe 3 out of 10 times I'm gonna be wrong. Would you feel comfortable going into business with me?
Yeah.
You would feel comfortable?
Yeah.
That's your Tradera opportunity. So if you felt comfortable based on what I said, then you should be enrolling. Because that's the reality of what happens. We have something called trade alerts, right? So every time that the market is moving and some of our, professors in the trade academy, right, see that some things are going on, they alert us. Anybody got a cell phone? So what if I can show you how we can send you a message on your cell phone, you can copy it and paste it in about 60 seconds, and you can make money from the market 7 out of 10 times. Would that be a good decision?
Yes.
So if I can show you a way, right, that you can make money on your phone and be able to make more money on your phone in a fraction of the time that you was at your job working, would that be a good decision?
Yeah.
We're buying back time, right? We're learning how to buy back time. I got people that school teachers right now in my organization making $50 in 30 minutes, $200 in 2 hours. You follow me? They're not making that kind of money at work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're literally working. I got a mechanic right now in my business. That's my brother who gets on my last nerves. Oh, have mercy. I love you. I know it's on live. I love you, but you get on my nerves. He always trying to figure out how to copy and paste. How this work, bro? How this work? I said, man, go to the back office and look at the daggone academy, man. Like, everything that we have is in the academy back there. You can learn everything in the academy. That's the beauty of our business. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced level, no matter what skills level you have, is there. Should a person feel comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Right? We don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed. Nobody has to feel overwhelmed. All you have to do is log into that look like a little bomb you set down. I told you I do observation. Drop a detonator in front of me. What's going on? That's too big to be a recorder.
I ain't missing nothing.
I ain't trying to miss no legs either. Man, y'all crazy. What's wrong? And so, like, that's the deal, man. So we got it. It's really, really simple, right? You gotta log into the academy, beginner, intermediate, advanced, and just learn. If it could be taught, it could be learned, right? Spend an hour, 30 minutes, just going through the academy. You know what I'm saying? I may just press play or just go do some PDFs while I'm sitting there drinking some coffee or whatever. Like, you follow me? Like, you just have to learn. On Saturdays, like today, I would have been doing. In the morning, I usually would get up when you clean up the house. I used to like a lot of Caribbean music, reggae, some easy listen, some jazz, or something to get the vibe right? I'll put in a Forex video. Just play a video because it plays in your subconscious.
Yep.
Terminology, just play in your subconscious. You may not always be looking at the chart to see what's going on, but you're hearing it, you're catching on, you can start talking to yourself about it. That's how I learned securities. I learned security based upon just listening to the audios all the time. And I began to memorize it, because a lot of stuff, education is just regurgitation. Can you remember it and put it back out? If you can talk it, then you know it. Kind of situation. So I learned the terminology. So even before you know what everything means, if you can understand the terms of how to connect the dots, and like, I would like make pictures, and this is the way I learned. I would create different words or terms or pictures based on what I see. And so when I would take a test, I would associate it with what I saw. Does that make sense? And you tell make your own little storyline and connect what this means, right? And so trading is the same way. You can look at the charts and understand how to connect the dots and go through the academy and make it easy for you, as long as you can learn it. That's all we do. That's all we do. One of my partners, Clyde, shout out to Clyde, that's my mentor, my coach, that's my big homie. Like, Clyde does a great job every day, 7 o'clock. That boy get up with the baby and everything. He got more babies than DJ. I'm just y'all with a naked neck. Well, he on the way. But Clyde, man, gets up at 7 o'clock, got 2 little newborns, man, got a toddler and a newborn, and this boy coaching and training. I love that. We was on training. Y'all was on the training the other day when Clyde made like 4,000 when we was on the training? Wow. 5,000, made $5,000. We got up at 7:30 on the training. By like 9:30, 10 o'clock, this boy had made $5 grand. What? Crazy. Hello? Yeah. Talking about buying back time. That boy could buy all kind of diapers and wipes. Amazon boxes are dropping. You see what I'm saying? He ain't got to leave the house. Right. That's major. It's a skill set. You can do this anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. He's sitting at home with a newborn and a toddler on a computer making money. He don't even leave his house. And we got people dying in car accidents to try to get to work to a job they don't even like. Buy back time. Be safe. Stay home. You see what I'm saying? This is what we learn. So Clyde's teaching us how to trade from home, convenience with strategy, and at the same time, he has a residual income. He's still making $5 grand a month in residual income. Hello? How many streams of income is that? 2. So you come into business with us, right, and learning how to get into the academy, you get 2 streams of income by default. Yep. By default. That's amazing. That's amazing. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. You get 2 by default just by enrolling inside the academy. So you can make money every day on your phone, on your laptop, or what have you, and then you can enroll people inside the academy. That's what I did. I put 15 people on a conference call when I first got started. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to eat. Because I'm hungry. we put 15 people on a conference. Matter of fact, it was 25 people on a conference call. It was in my first 2 days, right? Had leaders just like this, a nice meeting, but it was on the phone. And 15 people got started within the first couple of days, right? And I wasn't even paying attention to all this ranking stuff that I know now. I just want to get as many people in as possible. I just know marketing. Get as many people in as soon as possible. So if you're brand new, you want to just dump people in, right? And I give them to my upline, because I didn't know nothing. Like, as much as y'all hear me talk about it now, it's because I'm a nerd, I'm a student. So I learned the process. But in my first day, I was just like everybody else. I knew nothing. So I tell everybody, rely on your upline. Rely on your sponsor. Andre Russell makes $20,000 a month in Tradera. He did it in 4 months. Is that powerful or what? I'm talking about, we ran track together right here in North Moran. You know, I was a quarterback, he was a running back. You know what I'm saying? He played linebacker. Like, Dre was one of the most powerful athletes coming through our era. So he's really, really competitive. And so both of us knowing each other, we both went into entrepreneurship after high school and college. When I wanted to learn how to trade, Dre was the only person I knew personally. Credibility means a lot, y'all. Your name will go places your feet will never go. Make sure you keep your name good. And so when I called Dre, his name was A1 with me. And I said, Dre, I got some extra money. I want you to invest it for me. That's how I said. He said, nah. He said, if I lose it, you're going to be mad. I said, you're right. You know what I'm saying? He said, but you can pay $99. You can enroll inside of the academy, and I can help you learn, and I'll teach you how to do it. That was it. That was it. Because I'd rather somebody, you know, teach me than give it to me. I enrolled inside the academy, and that's how I got started. He's making $20,000 a month now. When I came in, he was making like between 5 and on his way to 10. You follow me? Now he's at 20. I'm talking about 2 months later. That's $250,000 a year. Hello? Did you count the months with me? He's saying years. Like, guys, his residual income, he's making $5,000 every Monday. And he just had 2 twins. Him and DJ really running neck and neck. I think he got you beat. I think he got like 6 or 7 for real.
He got a beat.
Yeah. He just had 2 beautiful twins. And he's coaching, he's a trader, so he make $1,000, $2,000 every week trading, $5,000 every Monday.
Yeah.
This is a powerful, powerful opportunity. Buying back time, collapsing time frames. You know, get your time back to enjoy your family, right? That's what we want to get done. So if you come in business, that's what's going to happen. Our first rank is called Night. You get 10 people in the business, $500. You know what I mean? That's what happened to me. You know, I put 15 people in. That's over 10, right? $500 a month started happening. Next time, so that was me just getting a free membership. Dre said, you put 3 people in, you don't get a free membership. Is that good?
Yeah.
I got 3 people to enroll. I got a free membership, right? He said, well, pay $15. I said, okay, I paid $15. I said, more money, Jack? He said, pay $15. I paid $15, right? I got my free membership, right? By the time we got to 10, I got $125 direct deposit into my e-wallet on Monday. I was okay, so this thing keep money back. Okay, this thing do work. You know what I'm saying? Then next couple weeks, same thing happened, right? Got up to 30 days, I had $500 in my e-wallet. I said, okay, cool. We went to Tampa. That's when I met all these great leaders in the team and everything like that. We was in the same neighborhood. We met all the way in Tampa. Ain't that crazy? Flew to Tampa. Y'all anti-social. Y'all need to come outside. And so we get down to Tampa. We kick it. We talk to Cody and Easton. We had a business conversation when we got to Tampa. I do business, so we talk business. We figured out I was going to do it because this is the first time I put my face on a brand outside of my own in 5 years. Every company that paid me, I got 6 companies that pay me over $100,000 a year, and all of them I own. So for me to put my face on a brand was major for me. I was having like anxiety.
Yeah.
Man, it's better work. Now I'm telling you, I just got like issues with companies that don't do what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Cody and Easton integrity with me was A1. Any man can look me in my eyes and have a real conversation with me and don't flinch and don't, you know, the virtue of a man is to tell the truth. Yeah. I don't care what his word says, virtue will tell him. And the virtue of them guys was so pure. I said, I'm in. Came back, went to $2,000 right immediately, right? So I would say my second 30 days is when I took it serious. First 30 days I wasn't doing nothing. I ain't even logged into the back office. That second 30 days, 2 weeks later, I went to 2,000. 3 weeks, well, 1 week after that, I was at $5,000 of residual income, right? So Tradera's been paying me $5,000 a month residual income, and I've been here for, I don't know, 60 days, under 90 days. Man, clap your hands for yourself, man. Y'all gonna do the same thing. And so now we catching on. I think I got it now. I think I figured it out. And so our whole goal now is to get this deal to $1 million a month in income. This deal will pay you $1 million a month. A cool million. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Cool million. And so we got a lot of people that's doing extremely well. Miss Linda and her crew, man, doing a great job. A lot of leaders in here just doing amazing. Y'all don't understand. Y'all had Empress Reagan Lynch.
Yeah.
All the way down there. Stand outside. Her nice majestic dress back there. Speaking off for a couple of moments, right? Reagan's making $20,000 a month in the income, right? Residual. She's like a click right now away from $50,000 a month in residual income. Give her a hand, man. You've been down here to break bread with us for a while, you know what I mean? So I want y'all to pick her brain, talk to her, get as much information out of her as you can, because that's what we're here for. We're here to serve, you know?
Thank you.
And so as many people who want, I'm going to end with this. If you decide to make a decision on you, it's your decision to learn how to buy back time. That's it. If you don't want to be in a position to trade time for money, we understand everything in life is not easy, but what is taught can be learned. So if you're willing to apply yourself, you can learn a skill set. Is that fair?
Yes.
You can learn a skill set, right? You invest $99 into yourself, right, to be able to learn, and we're going to help you get a free education. Is that cool?
Yes.
Right? So after we help you get you this free education, we help you go to organization, we help you do the same thing, get 3, help you get 3, right? And everybody get a free education, and then you're going to start getting a residual income. And we just going to grow from there. I always say, listen, as you grow up, your income going to go up. That's a key phrase for me. And when I say grow up, I don't mean age. Because wisdom should come with time, but it always doesn't. And so we got to get into a place that we grow up mentally, emotionally, personally developed, right? Because you'll never make more money than what you can handle. And so you got to grow mentally and understand how to handle that, understand how to control it, understand the type of leader you have to become. All this stuff comes with growth. And so we're big on personal development. We're big on making sure if you ever get on one of my calls, I always start with mindset, right? Because I believe in making sure that you're mentally grown and elevated. Because I understand that when you grow up, your income gonna catch up. Like it's gonna keep going. But you gotta keep growing, right? You're always gonna be tested with your compatibility, your capacity of responsibility. You're always gonna be tested. And so I want y'all to grow a lot of money and have a lot of wealth, because I believe in generational wealth, but I want you to grow as people. Is that fair?
Yes.
So if you're growing as a person, understand how to manage it, your life is only get better. Invest your money in your goals and dreams. Like, money makes money. Y'all understand? Money makes money. Like, take your money and invest it in other things. And that's how I got so many businesses now, to be honest. I've never been the person who just want money sitting. That's wasting. I'm an advisor, so I understand like low interest rates is still wasting money. And so I always took my money and invested into other businesses. So we're going to take this Tradera money, you follow me? Hello. There's a whole bunch of it. And this is called seed capital. Y'all know what that is? You can take this seed capital that's coming from this business, and we can invest it into other business that we want to do. Does that make sense? Money makes money. And that's what I want y'all to do. Y'all may not love trading, but you may love your goals and dreams. So learn how to trade, learn how to build an organization, and you can take the Tradera money and build your goals and dreams. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
All right, clap your hands for yourself, man. Congratulations. So thank you for listening through all the hunger pains. Y'all ready to eat, and the food is smelling good.